皆さんはじめまして。
Hello everyone, I'm the producer of Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, Ryota Niitsuma.
まずやっぱり
Well, when considering making a game for the Wii, problem is we wanted to make it a simple game that they could enjoy. Like Wii users just jump right in. If they couldn't get off the special moves and they just had trouble with any of the moves in general, they would just not want to play the game anymore. So for us, the first point of concern was to make a game that you could even just use the Wii remote as a controller to play this game. But we wanted to bring in the hardcore fighting game fans as well. So we had to, once we decided to make it that you could use the Wii remote, then how would we make it so you could also use a fighting stick?
やっぱり権利で一番
Well, as I said in the panel discussion earlier, the licenses were all over the place. It was just, they weren't, it's not like Tatsunoko had them all. And we had to go through Tatsunoko one at a time to get the license for each character. There were problems with some that are okay in Japan, weren't okay in America. The ones that were okay in America weren't okay in Europe. So it's just a big rigmarole trying to get them all. And that's one of the reasons why it's taken so long to bring the game out to America. It's just the licensing issue alone. And for example, specifically Gatchaman Battle of Planets, that's the one that's out of the Tatsunoko side. Those are the characters that are most well known in the States, and those are the ones that we almost couldn't get the rights to because they're so hard to get a hold of for America. So we said no, we got to have them because Americans know Gatchaman. So we worked hard with Tatsunoko to ensure that we could get the rights to have Gatchaman in the game.
まあ、当初の予定から
Well, we decided to make this game for the Wii. We just wanted to be a simple game on the Wii and to exploit the graphic capabilities and the system capabilities of the Wii. And to do that, we could make this game, but then you couldn't put it on any other system because to do that, it's a completely different code and everything. We'd have to remake the game from the beginning. And you can look at Ultimate All-Stars, it's kind of like the sequel, but not really, to the first game. And so we wanted to just bring that game over. So making a sequel, that's something, a real sequel, that'd be something new. But because this is the continuation of the first game, it's only going to be on the Wii.
前実は
My experience with fighting games would be I was involved with Street Fighter 4. I was in up until pretty much the middle of production. I would ensuring that it would get into the arcades in Japan. And then after my involvement with that ended, I decided, I want to focus on fighting games, see what else I can do. For the characters themselves, as you know, for the Tatsunoko side especially, they have full animated series, and we just watched the entire run for each character. And we just pulled things out of each of those that we saw. Oh, they did an attack in this episode. Let's use that. And so we saw all their fighting moves and what they did, and then we just built their fighting system, their fighting style around that from what they did in the animated versions. Then for the Capcom side, obviously the fighting characters do. They just get transferred over as they were in the original games. Then the other Capcom characters, say like Beautiful Joe, they had their certain specific movements in their games. And so we took those movements and put them in this game and then just added funny game type moves to them. Okay, the game is Tatsunoko vs. Capcom Ultimate All-Stars, and that will be available only on the Wii. And as far as sale date goes, that should be announced rather soon. I can't tell you specifically, but it is coming out pretty soon.